Shock qualifiers, 98th meeting for Coventry here tonight on the outside. Well, that's Tom Madsen. Now you can see it there. There's a very smart start line from Nick Brown, and away they go. On the inside in white, it's Greg Hancock. But look at Nicky Pedersen in red. It's Nicky Pedersen leading them here. His teammate Tom Madsen is now coming through into third place. In second place, it's Greg Hancock going well. Round the outside in yellow, Stuart Robson tries to pick it up. A battle there with the dirt flying. But look at the form of Nicky Pedersen.
Yes, he's out in front there, but Greg Hancock's really putting him under pressure. Hancock's almost got level with Nicky Pedersen, but at the back there, Stuart Robson's gone down.
Yes, disappointment though, Stuart Robson at the back there, so now Greg Hancock has to do it all on his own. It's making a fair fist of it now by putting Nicky Pedersen under pressure down that back straight. Look at Hancock, can he cut inside him? No, Pedersen holds it, lap and a quarter to go. A real battle out front. Tom Madsen's going to get third place, but look at these two out front. Nicky Pedersen for Kings Lynn, Greg Hancock, the flying American for Coventry. Hancock's fading a little bit, he's not going to catch him there, and I think Nicky Pedersen's going to win this. One last effort round that top end from Hancock, who flies but just misses out. That leaves Nicky Pedersen winning it ahead of Greg Hancock in white. Nicky Pedersen's teammate in blue there is Tom Madsen. That's a 4.2 margin for the home team after one heat, but there's plenty more to come. Greg Hancock was battling, but that man Nicky Pedersen has now scored 950 points in the British League.
Hello's having a good go at the back, but that point will be quite crucial for Coventry. But out in front, Nicky Pedersen, he's going quite wide coming out of the corner, and he is leaving quite a big gap for Greg Hancock, and that's allowing Greg to get almost alongside him as he comes onto the straight. Very close stuff there from Greg Hancock, but just didn't have the momentum to take him past.
Well, he's certainly informed Nicky Pedersen, and now
I had to work out there for the 4 laps.
Well, that's the only reason.
Yeah, well, it's pretty hard out there. I mean, you got to make a good start. It's pretty grippy out there, but I feel it's a bit too slick out there, and I try to normally leg racing when I'm racing out there, and I can't do that now because then I'm spinning around myself, so I got to work a little bit out there.
Yeah, but you had a world-class rider right up behind you, so to be quite honest, it'd be fairly normal to have to work.
Yeah, well, but I think it's too good for Coventry actually, because they can follow us and they don't really feel it's a weight track for them, so because they can race it quite good as we can. So I mean, we really have to work on the starts tonight, and it seems to my start is working pretty good.
You took advantage of there because Greg actually lifted quite a lot coming to the first corner, didn't he? And you were able to then swoop across in front of him.
Yeah, I saw he lifted up and think, oh, perfect, that's good for me now. So, because I actually want to have gate 1 in the first one, so sure. I went into gate 1 and I was pretty happy with that.
Okay.
We'll let you back to the pits because the second heat is up.
Has missed the last 2 meetings with concussion for Kings Lynn, the Swede. In gate 2 for Coventry, Billy Gennaro. We saw him Sunday in the overseas final, the 20-year-old American. Gate 3 in blue, Jason Bunyan guesting for Kings Lynn, and certainly for Jason Bunyan, well, he struggled a little bit for his home team Ipswich, a better average away from home. And on the outside, Nigel Sadler is the guest, the 1990.
As I always say, it is such a crucial race, and there they go.
Yes, and Nigel Sadler comes straight across on the outside. Thomas gone old-fashioned to pick it up. Real value as a guest here for Coventry, because now moving into second place, Billy Gennaro. Round the outside goes Freddie Eriksson in red, cutting the way to Gennaro, who'll now have to battle. Billy Gennaro in this heat is riding a bike loaned to him by the now retired Ronnie Corrie, fellow American, and will take advantage here with Billy Gennaro to come up the inside of Freddie Eriksson, with Jason Bunyan tailed off at the back, but a battle out front being led well by the guest Nigel Sadler for Coventry.
Yes, Nigel Sadler's going great here out front. Freddie Eriksson just about hanging on to second place, but under big pressure from Billy Gennaro. Billy's having a good ride on this bike from response from Ronnie Corrie.
Well, a real opportunity for Billy Gennaro coming up. I understand he's likely to be in the American World Cup squad in Poland in 11 days' time, and certainly, well, the experience would do him a pound of good. He slipped up there and going backwards now. Billy Gennaro in white, and now they've spread out with Nigel Sadler in yellow, going to take the checkered flag here. Ahead of in red, Freddie Eriksson just on the line, and that was mighty tight, and so too was at the back. I'd like to see that, both of those again, because really there was a problem with Billy Gennaro easing off, and I just wonder if Jason Bunyan got through there. All sorts of problems here. Looking down at his bike there, Nigel Sadler's got problems with a flat tyre. I wonder if he was caught. So perhaps we can have a look at looking at this pretty carefully. But Nigel Sadler just about got it, I think, there in the yellow helmet colour. And in the battle for third, Billy Gennaro just got it, holding off Jason Bunyan. And that reverses the scoreline from the first heat at 4 points to 2 in favour of the visitors from Coventry to make it 6-all after 2 heats as we stand.
They've really got to puncture quite a as he started that lap, the tyre was going softer and softer. He was losing grip and just about had enough speed to coast over the line with that puncture. Very lucky.
Well, a great guest, getting 3 points in his first ride. Nigel Sanders in the studio.
Yeah, it's always nice if a guest can do what he came to do, which is obviously help that team out. But you're becoming a bit of an away specialist. You've been riding away all season.
Yeah, that's right. Peterborough's been a bit quiet, you know. We haven't had too many home meetings, and lucky enough I'm getting a few guest bookings. It's going good.
And happy with that one?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I got a flat tyre on the last corner there, so I only just got over the line.
Yeah, well, it was all, your luck could well be in this evening, but you made a fantastic start from gate 4, and you know, you didn't look back from there.
That's right. It's grippy starts, and I tend to like them. I can just hold it flat out, dump it, and it just goes forward, you know.
Nice one.
Will you make any changes?
Nah, just repair the flat and go again.
Fair enough. We'll let you do that.
Nice one, Nigel.
So there, hopefully Nigel won't be having any more flat tyres, and he can...
Is Lee Richardson. We know the 22-year-old is in the Great Britain team in Poland for that World Team Cup. We hope he'll be fit. Tom Madsen takes a rider replacement ride in place of the absent and injured Peter Carlson. Gate 2 in blue for Kings Lynn. Gate 3 is Andreas Johnson, we've already talked about, and Nicholas Klingberg, the 2000 Intercontinental Champion. 4.
I think Kings Lynn could be in trouble.
Mick Bates presses the buttons on quite a tapes. Johnson struggles to keep it down, but now coming round the outside. In front is Lee Richardson, who you spoke about. He's taking Nicholas Klingberg wide. They've got a battle. Coming through in third place is Tom Madsen. Problems for Andreas Johnson at the back, who has the ability and the speed to catch the others, but a tremendous start by Lee Richardson, who now looks much fitter, Peter.
Oh, Lee's looking really... It's good to see this from Lee, because he's been really struggling for the last 2 years with this pretty bad illness, and here he is on the Hagen Shocks Team Jauer, just out in front, as we've seen him before he got this illness.
He took Nicholas Klingberg wide, but now we've got to look at the battle at the back, because Andreas Johnson looks now to be tailed off. Tom Madsen there, the rider replacement, getting a valuable point in place of the absent Peter Carlson, but real form out front. Lee Richardson is looking faster with every turn of the wheel. Nicholas Klingberg really is not going to catch him there. And, well, looking at the back, he's got a chain guard, I think, Peter, flapping, hasn't he?
Well, it's the covers that are on those bikes, and it's the press studs have come undone.
Well, he's going to get there, and he's taken the checkered flag in white despite the problems. In second place in red for the home side, Kings Lynn, was Nicholas Klingberg. Third in blue was Tom Madsen. 3 points apiece, a share of the points. And now with 3 heats.
Off, so I wonder what it was when I looked down and I couldn't see it. So I thought I'd better carry on and just leave it.
You're looking good out there, and it's great to see you back to full fitness and riding as well as ever.
Yeah, it's been good. I've had a few meetings now to get back into it, so I'm feeling pretty good, and my engine seems to be working pretty well now as well, so I'm pretty happy at the moment.
Yeah, you got away nicely off gate 1 and sort of drifted out nicely into the middle of the track. Track's grippy, so you've got to be fit for tonight.
Yeah, the track's actually really good. It's quite consistent, but like you say, it's quite grippy. Because there's a lot of clay in this track. Yeah. When it's watered, it sort of bits break away, but the grip's incredible, especially off the start, you know, so you've really got to be on the ball, really.
Will you make any changes?
No, I think I'll leave it, because it was sort of still a little bit puffed out, but no, the bike felt good, it felt strong, so I think I'll leave it. I think I need the power off the start, because I think it's draining the engines, draining the power out the engines off the start.
You need plenty of grunt off the start.
That's what I think, so I'm just going to leave it. I've got a couple of races to break, and I'll keep an eye on the track though, because it does go very slick here as well, quick, so you have to keep an eye on things.
All right, we'll let you go and do some spying. Yeah, nice way to start. Well done, Lee.
Thanks.
So yellow, gate 1 for Coventry, gate 2 for Kings Lynn, Jason Bunyan, their guest. Gate 3, Billy Hamill from Coventry, their captain in white from California. And on the outside, the flyer from, born in Bristol actually, Jason Crump, now lives on Gold Coast in Queensland, but he's Aussie, he says, through and through. The police traffic man. Away they go, and well, nearly a fly for Nigel Sanders on the inside again, but look at the battle between these two. Billy Hamill has taken Jason Crump wide. Crump now having problems back in second place. Coming through into third is Jason Bunyan, nipping inside Nigel Sanders, who's gone from first to last. But a great start and a great first lap from Billy Hamill.
Billy Hamill really meant business on that first turn. He took Jason very wide on the first turn. Very, very hard first turn. So determined from Billy. Now he's just holding the best line, and Jason's just having to follow.
With 2 laps gone, I'm sure that Jason Crump is not done. He doesn't like dropping points at home, and as I explained just now, he's only dropped 7 this season out of 90 at home. But at the moment, out front, Billy Hamill, the 96 world champion, is absolutely flying. He was injured, of course, in that British Grand Prix. He rode in Sweden last night, 11 paid 12, and he's back here with a vengeance for Coventry. Down that back straight with half a lap to go. In white, Billy Hamill looks set to win this heat, with Jason Crump in the red helmet colours trailing in second. Way back in third third is Jason Bunyan in blue. Another 3-all for the second successive heat to make it 12-all progressively. Kings Lynn 12, Coventry 12, but a fine ride by that man Billy Hamill. 60.44 seconds, a little bit outside the track record, held jointly by Ron Sullivan and Peter Carlson, but for Kings Lynn. Stuart Robson did so well in that overseas final at Poole on Sunday. From Coventry goes in gate 2 in yellow. Gate 3 is Freddie Eriksson, the rider replacement of the absent and injured Peter Carlson. And on the outside is Greg Hancock, the American flyer, former world champion, of course. And Hancock can't keep it down. The man in blue, Freddie Eriksson, does do. Hancock's at the back, has work to do out front now. Stuart Robson makes him. They're coming through in white. A tremendous ride by the reserve replacement, Freddie Eriksson there, back from concussion. His teammate going around the outside is Nicholas Klingberg. Klingberg will put pressure on Stuart Robson. Hancock has a lot to do for the back.
He certainly has, doing out all the work out front. Stuart Robson's having a great ride, but he's coming under real pressure now from Nicholas Klingberg on the outside.
Klingberg going by him right round the outside. I wonder if Robson can hold him off, and he has done there. He's ridden well. Klingberg will keep trying to get the right line. Will Klingberg come back on the inside? A marvellous ride by Stuart Robson. A great effort by him. A surprise packet for my money at the weekend, and certainly producing it again here. A lap to go. Stuart Robson of Coventry leads in red. Nicholas Klingberg of Kings Lynn. Back in third place, Freddie Eriksson. Back at the rear, a surprise there for the man in white, Greg Hancock. And if it stays like this, it'll go to 15-all. What a race, what a meeting. This one won by the rider in a yellow, Stuart Robson. In a red, Nicholas Klingberg. His partner, Freddie Eriksson. A rider replacement ride there for Freddie Eriksson, gaining him one plate 2 from that. It makes it 3-all for the heat, and now 15-all with 5 heats gone. We've had 3 3-alls in a row, a 4-2 in each direction. And
you were aware Nicholas was really pushing you hard, trying up the inside and outside.
I seen him come around the outside of me on the third and fourth bend in one go, and I could hear him on the inside the rest, but I just had to keep going, not look back, and just concentrate on what I was doing.
Yeah, you're riding brilliantly well. What do you put that down to? Because, you know, you're into the Intercontinental final and your form of late has been just superb.
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I've had a bit of a bad run at Coventry, but away from home I seem to be doing a bit better of it. And it's just, I've really got to get a bit between my teeth and start scoring points, you know, because I've been letting myself down, the team down and the fans down, you know. And I've just got to do something about it.
How important was Sunday for you?
Very. It was, it's first I've been in the World Championships. It's something I'm really looking forward to doing. I've never actually raced in Sweden before, but we'll have some fun doing it.
Yeah, we'll have some fun watching it, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
All right, are you going to make any changes?
No, I'm going to leave it for now. I did make a change there from the last one, because I wasn't quick enough in the first bend, so I dropped the tooth and made all the difference.
All right, well, fair enough. We'll let you
Super
back
ride.
to the pits. Well done again, sir.
Well done.
well, they will go down eventually. They won't start like that. Billy Hamill goes to the inside in white for Coventry. Tom Madsen is third rider of the night. A busy man. He, the number 2 for Kings Lynn, the Dane in blue. Gate 3, Billy Janira, the 20-year-old American. He goes in yellow for Coventry on the outside, very much in form. Nicky Pedersen. 1 race, 1 win tonight. And packing up the points. Starling Marshall, the very smart Nick Brown dressed for a wedding, and he moves away, and away go the riders too. On the inside in white, Billy Hamill keeps it down and does well, but picking up speed round the outside is Nicky Pedersen. A battle royal is promised now between these two. Back in third place in yellow is Billy Janira. Right at the back is Tom Madsen. Now stretching a lead, Nicky Pedersen, and Hamill will have to work to keep going here. But Pedersen is looking good once again here at Kings Lynn.
Yeah, interesting that Nicky Pedersen's riding similar line to his first heat. He's just moved now off the inside. He's riding in the middle of the track. That's where the dirt is now. Gradually he's moving a little bit wider with each lap, but Billy Hamill is trying round the inside where there's still a little bit of grip low down.
A lap and a half to go. Hamill has to make ground on Pedersen, but if it stays like this, it'll be level because Madsen's at the back, and this will produce another 3-all unless Madsen can improve on Billy Janiro there. It is tight at the back. There's a real battle going on there, as you can see. Janiro on the inside, but round goes Madsen round the outside. Janiro comes back again. Out front, Pedersen is still leading, but that action at the back, who's going to get it there? It will remain 3-all if it stays like this, but Pedersen wins it ahead of Hamill, and just in third place is Billy Janiro for the 4th successive 3-all of the night to make it 18-all with 6 heats gone. What a meeting building up here, and what a meeting for that man, Nicky Pedersen, because he so far has been the only heat winner for Kings Lynn, and he has won both his rides here.
Thank you. Tough out there.
Yeah, what are the conditions like out there for you?
Being at the back is rough, you know. Them rocks are hitting you doing 100 miles an hour, they hurt.
I was talking to you just briefly then, you know, you said that you've changed your frame, you've actually bought an antique frame. What was your thinking behind that?
I'm just not happy with my Jawa frames right now, so Opted to go for Antic. It's the same frame I ride back home, you know. I do pretty well back home, so figured I'll try it out, you know.
This is quite a big track for you though, Billy, isn't it? You know, compared to your riding in America.
All these tracks are big for me.
But this one in particular, this is probably one of the faster tracks you ride on.
Yeah, this is my first time here, and it's real grippy. It's kind of what I like, you know. I'm tired of them slick tracks I've been riding.
Billy, talking about big tracks, obviously Poland's got a lot of them. World Cup coming up. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't know.
Keep quiet.
I've been to Poland once, what is it, Wrocław, Poland, and I rode that track. It was about 500 meters, pretty fast.
Right. You're obviously excited about going?
Yeah, definitely want to go.
All right, well, best of luck, and best of luck tonight as well.
Thank you.
We'll let you go.
For Kingsley on the inside, surprisingly beaten in his first outing. Lee Richardson looking impressive, goes gate 2 in white for Coventry. Gate 3 is Freddie Eriksson, who's looked on prime form coming back here. The reserve for Kingsley on the outside, Andres Johnson. And well, Lee Richardson, Andres Johnson.
Well again.
If he can keep it up, our Starling Marshall once again moves away. Up by the planes on the outside, Andres Johnson makes the gate this time. Picks it up, picks up the grip, goes round the field as if they're not there. In second place is Jason Crump. He won't like this being beaten again by an opponent from away. Andres Johnson picking the racing line. Pressure from Lee Richardson back in third. Crump is going to battle down the red helmet colours. A battle royal developing between these two. Swede in front, Aussie second.
Yeah, this is more like the Andres Johnson that we've seen before. Just so stylish, so fast. 20 years old, 21 years old, and just pulling away from Jason Crump, the Kings Lynn captain.
Will he be the next Tony Rickardsson from Sweden? Andres Johnson, sometimes flattering to deceive, but tonight, looking at his very best, the World Under-21 champion. With a lap and a bit to go, Andres Johnson is going to provide yet another individual heat winner, and at this time a heat advantage for Coventry because Freddie Eriksson is tailed off at the rear, and Coventry, the visitors, will take this by 4 points to 2. That bonus point getting nearer. But in yellow, the heat victory there for Andres Johnson, ahead of Jason Crump, beaten again for the second time tonight. And third in white was Lee Richardson. A 4 point to 2 margin for the visitors. It's now Kingsley.
Yeah, that was a
How
good
did you
lap.
do that?
How did I do? I don't know. I just let the clutch go and then tried to keep him behind me.
Well, we'll remind you. Let's take a look at it, and you tell us what you see as you have a look at it.
Is that me in the lead?
That's you in the
Oh,
lead.
right.
Believe it or not, that is you.
Yeah,
The
going out
wheelie.
there, I had too much grip going out from the corners, so that was my problem the first lap. So I tried to lean over the bike a bit, going out from the corners to get the speed. And yeah, I just made a start and tried to get a nice run.
Which you did, but we were speaking just before we came back on air that you made some changes to your clutch between your first and second rides.
Yeah, it was too aggressive the first heat, and it was going good on the track though, so I didn't want to do that much change on it. So I screwed the clutch out a bit to soften it down a bit.
You must be happy with the way you're riding generally at the moment. You had a good night in the Elite League the other night, and also, of course, the Scandinavian runner-up.
Yeah, it's been going really good lately. I've been scoring loads of points, and I think I'm running with high confidence. And right now it's so fun to ride Speedway. That's the main thing.
It's really important, that confidence, isn't it? Because
That's right, yeah.
the difference between winning and losing in Speedway is so small.
It's so small,
And
and I think it's more psychological than physical. So most of the time, if you have a good day and everything is working,
it's good fun.
Well, let's hope it continues for you. We'll let you get back to the pits and
Well
make any
done,
changes.
Andrew.
Rumoured to be joining Trelawney, currently riding, of course, Nigel Sadler at Peterborough. Gate 3 is Tom Madsen in red, and on the outside, that's Stuart Robson, perhaps one of the men of the moment in British Speedway, because he did very well last Sunday, Peter. Yes, one racing for their respective teams. Away they go, keeping it down well in red is Tom Madsen. He's the home track man, but in yellow out front again is Nigel Sadler, already a heat winner tonight, but coming through in red, Tom Madsen picks it up. The Dane who'll be in that World Cup for Denmark, I would imagine, in their squad at least. Back in third place in white is Stuart Robson, but he's making ground and joining his teammate and partner in yellow, Nigel Sadler. I don't think there'll be too much overtaking. There'll be team riding in that position to retain those 2 places. Madsen out front, the Coventry pair backing him up.
Yeah, the Coventry pair here really just need to hang on to the second and third places. This would be a drawn heat. They'd be quite happy with that, but on the outside, Jason Bunyan seems to be having a real go, putting them both under pressure.
Well, Jason Bunyan at the back is trying to make the Coventry. Oh, Bunyan is out of control. Could be heading for the fence there at the back, but holds it down well. And Stuart Robson stays in front of him with a lap to go. It's the home man, Tom Madsen, in front. And going to provide a third heat victory of the night in 8 heats for the home team Kings Lynn, but it will be level on points for this heat and still lead the opponents, the visitors, Coventry leading by 2. But there's the heat victory to the man in red, Tom Madsen. Second place in yellow goes to Nigel Sadler. Stuart Robson gets the third place in white. That's 3 points apiece for that heat, and it's now 23 to Kings Lynn, 25 to Coventry with 8 heats gone.
No, I don't know what's wrong. Like, in the end of the season last year, I managed to get like really good starts at Lynn every meeting. But this year I've been struggling really bad, and plus my engine has not been up today so far this year.
But it looked great then, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like I tried this one last meeting at Lynn at home, and I didn't have anyone else in. Everybody went to service, so I pulled a 19.5 engine. I hadn't run it for 2 years, and I didn't like it. I thought I'd give it a go, and I got 11 on it, and that was just what I need, like something cool out of the corners, as I did in this race, to come past them.
Right. It's probably an engine that you were using when the track was maybe slicker, and it suits this grippy track.
Yeah, that's right, actually. I always used it when it was slick.
I got it right.
Got a point. No, but that's true, yeah. And just like went for a go out here at Lynn and thought I might as well try it.
Wow, it's great to find a home setup like that, because it's something you can stick with for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's like Lynn is a track where you need something to run out of the corner. If you don't have something pull you out of the corner, you just might as well forget it. So it's like if you don't make a start, everybody's so fast about Lynn, and you know, and everybody knows you have something there, you need to pull it so you can turn the bike in the middle corner and come underneath.
Tom, obviously Coventry have got the lead at the moment, but do you feel the confidence in the camp that you can come back and get a home win?
I definitely think we can do it, there's no doubt about that, but it must be fair, like we miss PK quite a lot, and
sure,
that's quite hard. I'm one of the riders to take over, and the way I've done, like I had a good race now, but first 2 races hasn't been that good, so it's quite hard for us.
All right, well, best of luck for the rest of the evening. Well done again.
So far paid 4. Gate 2 is Billy Hamill from Coventry. A third place, first place in his first outing, second place, second time out. Nicholas Klingberg it is, with 2 second places to his name, goes in red for Kings Lynn Gate 3, and Billy Gennaro is on the outside. 2 third places, the second of those, but immediately behind his opponent to earn a bonus. What can happen in heat number 9? Up fly the tapes and away they go. The man in white is Billy Hamill. He's got the start this time that he wanted. Round the outside goes his teammate and partner Billy Gennaro, trying to force his way through on the inside is Nicholas Klingberg. Klingberg won't give up. At the back, Freddie Eriksson, perhaps not quite in this class, but Hamill stretching his lead. He got the start he wanted. His teammate is with him, and Coventry could take a big lead here.
Yes, Billy Gennaro's having a great ride to be ahead of Klingberg at this stage, but out in front, he's riding like a tiger, Billy Hamill. So determined on the first turn, and he's got his mate right with him.
Back from injury, Billy Hamill, riding in Sweden last night, 11 paid 12, looking good, but now pressure being put on Billy Gennaro by the rider with the red helmet colour there, Nicholas Klingberg for Kings Lynn. Can Gennaro hold him off? A lap and a quarter to go. Billy Hamill is out front. Klingberg goes wide. Oh, a brilliant ride there by Billy Gennaro to keep him wide. Can he keep him wider? Round the outside goes Nicholas Klingberg. Good team riding by the Coventry pair there, leaving Klingberg no room at all. Hamill trying to slow the race up to try and help. Has he done it? Oh, it's tight on the line, but the Americans won it there. It was certainly Billy Hamill ahead of Billy Gennaro. Great team riding that to keep Nicholas Klingberg back in third place. Klingberg then looking faster than Gennaro. The handshakes are genuine for those 2 Americans. That is what team riding is all about. We can see it right on the line, desperately close there. Billy Hamill winning it in white. Second place in yellow there, quite definitely going to Billy Gennaro. Third place to Nicholas Klingberg. And that's a 5-point-to-1 margin to the visitors from Coventry.
Because Billy Hamill slowed up, and he slowed the race down. You can see him almost talking to his teammate there. Stopped the charge of Nicholas Klingberg, and that allowed Gennaro just to hang on for that second place. And so crucial. There's that move from Billy Hamill. Punched the pack up now, and from here on in, it was a 5-1 for Coventry.
Well, I'm sure Billy Hamill's a happy man. He should be. He's in our studio with Kelvin and Jonathan.
Yeah, Star Spangled winner, and excellent. We always talk about team riding, but that was an excellent example of it.
Yeah, you know, I heard someone on the outside of me coming off the first turn, and I looked, and it was Billy, you know, and I sort of had to look twice, you know, and you know, he's been working really hard, and he's you know, he's been a little bit frustrated, a little bit down. I think that would be good for his confidence there.
It's a tough situation, isn't it? Because you've got a guy behind you who you know is your teammate, but Klingberg was really pushing hard, as we noticed.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, we all know how fast Nicholas is, and I know he's been going very well here at home, so we had our work cut out for us. That was a good confidence booster for both of us.
But that's a tough call, isn't it, Billy, when you do that, because you actually physically had to slow down.
Yeah, to do it and do it safe is a pretty fine line, and I was kind of gauging it, especially coming across that finish line there.
Because it's easy actually for you to lose your momentum, and all of a sudden the guy in third place has swooped both of you.
I was thinking about that because I was thinking he might get an outside run and just split both of us, and God, that would have been the last thing I wanted. So,
but you pulled it off.
Yeah, we got it.
Between you and me, you've heard of our Sky Sports 50p. Well, he's got 50p on you guys tonight.
All right, cool.
We could be in the money.
That's all right for a Brit.
Taking a look at Jason Crump, an important heat for him, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
He's coming in as a tactical sub, in fact.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. I know they're missing Peter Carlson.
Yeah. But it's an obvious choice for Nigel Wagstaff to make now. He wants to grab the points back as quickly as he can. And Jason's the obvious choice.
Yeah. I think the thing we got on our side is we got a few of us going now.
Sure.
So hopefully we can gain some momentum and keep it going.
All right, best of luck for the rest of the night. Really well done.
Good job.
Johnson, a fabulous ride last time out for his heat victory. Nicky Pedersen for Kings Lynn, gate 3 in red on the outside. Lee Richardson. Richardson, of course, tonight, a first place and a third, 4 points from his 2 rides. Is his health coming back? Is his form coming back? Years. And, Coventry in the lead at the moment. Away they go, the man in yellow there, Andreas Johnson, another great start from him, but problems at the back for Lee Richardson. The Kings Lynn pair, second and third, through they come. Pressure from Nicky Pedersen. Pedersen cuts him up and comes inside Andreas Johnson, takes him all the way out to the fence and leaves room for Crump to come through. A great tactical move, a brilliant ride, and the Kings Lynn pair now in front.
Nicky Pedersen did all the work there to make that gap for Jason Crump. They both went through there, and really Andreas Johnson now is pushed back to third place, having a real go, but he's got 2 real quick boys in front of him, there's no doubt about that.
That manoeuvre will be worth seeing time and time again. A truly brilliant ride by the man in red, Nicky Pedersen, to open the gate for Jason Crump and set up what now looks like being a 5-1 victory in this heat for the home side from Kings Lynn. Their silver uniforms shining in the sunshine, and down the back straight they go, set for a 5-1. Nicky Pedersen is the man in front, already with 2 heat victories. This will be number 3 on the night. A real form man, and is Nicky Pedersen the Dane to take that ahead of Jason Crump, his teammate in blue. Third place in yellow goes to Andreas Johnson. Very quickly, the 5-1 pulled back by the home team Kings Lynn to make it desperately tight again. It's Kings Lynn 29. Oh, I have to do the mathematics quickly, and we've got to work it out here because 31 and 1 makes 32 and doesn't quite.
Pedersen, just watch this, down the back straight, he pulls alongside him, there's a really tight turn inside him, now he takes him just wider than he wants to be. Andreas Johnson really now is at Nicky Pedersen's mercy. He's moved him right out wide, he's looking for Jason Crump, his teammate, waves him through. Jason's also there through, and a perfect example of team riding there, knowing exactly what you need to do and doing it for your partner. On the first turn, again, it was Johnson that had a great start, great first corner. Again, this is the start on the outside. Lee Richardson's completely out of this. It's all Andreas Johnson's first turn, but Nicky Pedersen's turn squeezes through a very, very tight gap between Jason Crump, rides a tight top bend, pushes him out wide, and that was a 5-1 for Kings Lynn.
With 10 heats gone and 5 to go, it's really hotting up. The 2 men of the moment are in our studio with Kelvin and Jonathan.
Yeah, it's all smiles. A tactical substitution really paying off then, but what a ride, Nicky, and you really out there.
Yeah, well, I didn't really make a really good start. We was all there, all 4 guys, and I saw Andreas Johnson, he took me a little bit wide, so I cut back. And then I took him on the back straight, I took him a little bit out in the third corner, and I knew Jason was inside, so I was smiling out of the corner so we could have a 5-1.
Yeah, not bad for a teammate, eh?
Yeah, I came off the throttle gun into that third bend because it was all getting pretty hectic, and glad Nicky was on my team then.
That's right.
We can take another look at it, but it was classic speedway. You tell us, Cub, what you saw.
Well, it was very tight. We all had to breathe in as we went down the back straight.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was actually quite surprised that Andreas got there in front of me. I mean, I felt like I made a good start, but I mean, the conditions of the track tonight are a bit different. And here's Nicky.
Big smile on his face.
Yeah, he certainly moved Andreas out and gave me just about the whole inside quarter, 3/4 of the track to get it through. So if I hadn't got through, I would have been pretty bad.
Talking about the track conditions, Jason, though, you were saying to me just before we came on air that, the track's slicker than you're normally used to, and you've had a couple of second places, and there you didn't quite make the first corner. Is it catching you out?
Yeah, absolutely, Kelv. It's normally here it's so grippy, and you're looking for as much horsepower as you can squeeze out of it. And Nicky and I, before the meeting, I mean, Nicky changed bikes after his first ride as well, and we're a little bit worried about the slickness of it, Nicky, weren't we? And
yeah, but it's getting better out there now, Jason. I mean, outside it's better now. The first couple of races you were rolling when you were trying to go outside. But there's a little bit more dirt now when they have put the mat on, so I think we're getting there soon.
So you can keep that leg right back, yeah?
I can put my leg back again now, so I'm quite happy with that.
But it is, like the bike I normally ride here works very well in really grippy conditions. It's not working at all tonight, so...
So the second bike's set up a little bit softer?
A bit softer, yeah, and possibly a bit too soft after that last one.
Well done again, guys. Great stuff. Great to
In here tonight, unusual for him at home. Gate 3 hits Greg Hancock in white for Coventry. On the outside, Freddie Eriksson in blue. Peter, let's hark back to that last 5 beats. Away they go, line abreast, the man in white, Greg Hancock gets a tremendous start now. The battle is joined because Crump's on the inside, Hancock on the outside. Hancock has a little bit more grip perhaps. The edge there for Hancock as he cuts across Crump, who may lock up a little bit. Hancock now picking up the grip. A great race less between two of the world's best. One a former world champion, one perhaps to be a world champion as Crump goes through. Inside Hancock, back in third place in blue is Freddie Eriksson. If it stays like this, it will restore it level after 11 heats. What a meeting, what a race.
Oh, fantastic overtake from Jason Crump there, the way he just slipped past Greg Hancock. Just kept plugging away on the inside. There must still be a lot of grip down low there for Jason.
Jason Crump in the red helmet colours for Kings Lynn. In white helmet colours for Coventry is Greg Hancock. Back in third place in blue, Freddie Eriksson. But a great ride by this man out front as we look down here in the sunshine in the Norfolk Arena. What a race, what a meeting. And this will level it up now at the end of this one. A tremendous ride by Jason Crump in red. His 13th victory of the night ahead of Greg Hancock in white. Third place, Freddie Eriksson in blue. That point, an invaluable one because the home team Kings Lynn win that heat by 4 points to 2. And it's now 33 points apiece with 11 heats gone and 4 to go. A great meeting. The bonus point up for...
To the back straight, but he's had to turn a little bit tighter than Greg. Greg still got the speed. When they get to the corner, Greg comes right across the front there of Jason. Stops him, but again, Greg's gone a little bit wide coming out of the corner, left a big gap. Jason's gone for it again. He's come up the inside. Now, he didn't make it that time, but again, Jason's turned wide again, cut back to the inside. Greg's gone again too wide and left that big gap for Jason to come through. And from here on in, really, Jason just pulled away. But it was a good ride from Greg Hancock, but he was just not going quick enough. And he left too big of a gap there for Jason to come through on that corner.
Well, Jason Crump, his team's having a great night now. It's exciting. He's in our studio.
Well, such an important time to get a victory, Jason. And although Greg got the start and you were so close on that first lap, you did it when it counted.
Yeah, well, I guess a bit of, home track knowledge there. They've just graded it and everything, and they've brought a bit of dirt back down to the inside. So I guess Greg probably thought he still had to chase it out, middle three-quarter track, but there's a bit around the line now.
You just actually answered the question I was going to ask you, because you didn't actually follow Greg, did you? Because you kept calm and just kept plugging away around the inside, and Greg drifted, and like you say, the track grading, you picked up the grip around the inside.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so much grip in the base of the track here that even though we didn't have it tonight, at the start of the night, once they put a bit of water down and get the spikes into it, they can generally make a bit more. And luckily our man Huggy's done that for us there, so it worked for me anyhow.
As soon as you finished that one, he said, Heat 13! Because it is going to be a big one, isn't it?
It always is, and it's I mean, it's like an A final every time, It depends who you're racing against, obviously different opponents, but
you look pretty good tonight.
But it was an important race also from the fact that you got a heat advantage.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, Freddie filled in there in the third spot, and to beat Robbo, who did very well at Poole on Sunday, I think it's a great effort for Freddie.
Yeah, he's actually looking a bit better tonight, to be honest.
He's got a brand new engine. He's just got a Michael Lee tuned engine. The supporters club at Kings Lynn Crest have just supplied Freddie with a brand new engine for tonight.
Fair play.
Yeah. Lucky boy.
I think that was an advert. He wants a new engine as well. Well done. We'll let you get back to the pits.
Right,
but best of luck rest of the night.
Super duper.
Here are the 20-year-old American in yellow. Gate 2, Nicholas Klingberg goes in red. Klingberg with 2 second place in the third. A shade disappointed tonight. Lee Richardson goes from gate 3 for Coventry. On the outside, Freddie Eriksson, a reserve replacement for the guest Jason Bunyan. And Freddie Eriksson playing his part tonight.
Away and win this one.
Well, let's see what happens. Richardson is edging forward. He's made it from the start, as you suggested, Peter. Lee Richardson in the white helmet colours goes round the outside of Nicholas Klingberg in red. Through into second place in yellow goes Billy Gennaro. At the back in blue is Freddie Eriksson. Well, it's a ding-dong battle here at the Norfolk Arena. What a night we're having in white there. Lee Richardson back to his best, or nearly so. Let's hope it's in time for the World Cup for Team Great Britain. In second place, the Swede, Nicholas Klingberg. Third at the moment, Billy Gennaro. All to race for this meeting.
Yeah, it's great to see Lee Richardson coming back here His last couple of seasons have been ruined by his illnesses, but he's looking strong. He's going real well in this one and just pulling away from Grand Prix rider Nicholas Klingberg.
Lap and a quarter to go, looking in charge and looking safe for the short tonight is Lee Richardson in this one. Heat 13 coming up next, the thrills we look forward to, but down the back straight they go. There are two races developing because now Freddie Eriksson has taken leave of Billy Gennaro in the back, and this will make a difference, a point swing as you might say, but it's won by the rider in white there. That's Lee Richardson ahead of, in second place in red, Nicholas Klingberg, and the third place going in the end to Freddie Eriksson coming through there in blue, and Kings Lynn will be absolutely delighted with the 3-all share of the points there.
Third place, such an important point, but look here, Freddie Eriksson dives up the inside, just throws everything into the bottom corner, takes the best line away from Gennaro, and he grabs that third place point. That's so crucial.
Yeah, it was a good, important point, so try to pick it and make it. So
yeah, you really fought for that point because obviously your team are right in with a shout now. And Jason was telling us earlier that you've got a new engine from the Supporters Club. Seems to be paying off for you.
yeah, this engine works so good, and I really like it. So it's a good one.
We're just talking how you're enjoying racing in England at the moment.
Yeah, it starts to go better and better. It's a really hard league, and try to get into it, but it takes time. And
Are there any particular tracks that you do or don't like? I mean, obviously you're racing at home and you're getting used to that, but what about away tracks?
yeah, I like the away track. Like the home track's been a little bit hard because it's quite grippy track. It's not normal to have track like that in Sweden.
Right.
But it starts to get used to it now, and it feels great.
All right, well, we'll let you get back and get yourself
Thanks,
sorted,
Freddie.
because it's getting tight at the moment.
Side is Nicky Pedersen, who's having a great night with 3 heat victories. Gate 3 in blue, that is Jason Crump, back to winning form. 1 win in his 4 rides, and on the outside, Billy Hamill in yellow. Always crucial, heat 13. Problems though with the tapes, Peter.
Yeah.
Arena tonight. This is heat 13, level 36, all the way they go. In white there, Greg Hancock kicks it down well. Crump comes across in blue to pick up the lead round the outside. In yellow goes Billy Hamill. It's going to be a 3-all if it stays like this and will stay level, because Nicky Pedersen, for the first time tonight, is at the back. The Americans in second place here, Hancock and Hamill, but Crump is now out front and flying.
Yeah, Grumpy's out there in front. The big battle going on though for the third position, because really Nicky Pedersen's coming right on the inside of Billy Hamill and putting him under massive pressure, and Billy's only just hanging on to that 1 point.
A real battle there for the third place, because this could be important in the final countdown of this match. But Jason Crump down the back straight. Kings Lynn desperate to get in front, who clinks a bonus point. Action at the back as that's it. Pedersen goes wide as they go into the final lap. But now the two Americans almost locked together, with Hancock in second place in white, Hamill in third place in yellow. They've opened a gap now from Pedersen at the back. A bad ride for him after 3 great ones, but a great ride for the man taking the checkered flag, Jason Crump in blue, ahead of Greg Hancock in white, his teammate and partner Billy Hamill in yellow. Another 3-all makes it 39-all with 2 heats to go. What a night, what a race once again, what a meeting. Heat number 13 makes it 39-all, 3-all, a victory to that man, Jason Crump. His second successive.
Pull the bike right down across the front of Nicky Pedersen. Stops Nicky. Nicky almost went down there, just almost caught the curb going into the corner. The whole race, really, Billy was under big pressure here. We saw that Nicky Pedersen almost touched the back wheel of Billy Hamill, but I think from here on in, that's when the Americans really...
He's in that kind of form.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as soon as I saw him get the run off the into the first corner and then the run off, I knew it was going to be tough. And I tried to stay out of the spray a little bit and look for Billy, but I think at that stage it was just kind of all for one, one for all.
And Jason, how was it for you?
Hey, much better now. I've got the bike working better, the track's better, and I'm kind of happy now.
Smiling now.
Happy days at Kings Lynn again.
That's right, because you were a bit down in the dumps earlier on, but that start then, you really sort of hit it and the bike just leapt off the line.
Yeah, absolutely, Calvert's working well, that one now, and not the one I normally ride here, a bit softer setup, and working good.
Greg, you know, like obviously you actually hit the front in your earlier heat with Jason and sort of just drifted off the line. Were you caught out by how grippy it is?
You know what? I thought I didn't think there was any more grip left on that inside, so I was trying to find a nice steady outside run there and underestimated, and Jason obviously capitalized on what I was doing, and all I did is saw black and silver.
That's kind of what I predicted. Greg thought he had to move out and chase the dirt, but I'd watched the track prep, and like you get to know with your home track, they kind of rip it up a bit, like I said, and managed to sneak around the curve. I was hoping that it was going to catch you out and you were going to get up high.
Listen, and a couple more 4.42s and you could be in for a ride-off for that bonus point. What about that thought?
I'd rather not, you know. I had one of them at Bellevue against my old friend Jimmy the other night, and he beat me, and I don't really like them.
Not easy. How are you guys feeling?
I think we feel pretty good. I mean, I've had a little bit of an up and down night myself, like Jason, trying to find a setup for my bike, but I think that we got it now. I think everything's working well, and you know, ready for these last couple of heats. Let's see what happens.
Well, Jason's off to the pits. We'll let you catch him.
Nice one, Greg.
Andrews Johnson goes in wide for Coventry for the inside. Freddie Eriksson it is in gate 2 for Kingsland in blue. Gate 3, the guest reserve, Nigel Sadler, the Aussie for Coventry tonight. And on the outside is Nicholas Klingberg.